What's up, guys? We're back here again with some Pokebank UU. We're going to be trying out the old team that we tried out last time, except we're switching into Necrozma. Now, the cool thing about this team is instead of using the T-Wave Moonlight Necrozma, we're going to be using a set that I just love, and you guys will see it. He may lead Volcarona, expecting the Fortress, so I'm going to lead Azu here. Beyond that, I think Azu is a pretty good matchup against his team. Now, this is not too great against against Azu, so I'll switch out to Tornadus here. He gets up his rocks. At this point, I'm gonna expect to switch up in the Heat Wave just in case. So we bring him down to his Sash, and he Volt switches out. So he goes into his Weavile. At this point, I can just go into Fortress. Maybe he predicted that going into this, but I don't see it having much of a advantage against me. I'm gonna get up my rocks finally. T-Bolt, that's some good damage for my opponent, but he doesn't have any fairies. I don't exactly need this, so I'm gonna spin here, and we just sack it. That's totally fine. I'm going to go into my Necrozma actually on this. Hopefully he has something that can hit me with a super effective move. We're gonna autonomize, so we're gonna get that speed. We're actually running a weakness policy, so he just sacks that to get a free switch. Now the Necrozma, the great thing about Necrozma is that it's Prism Armor, so super effective moves only do 3/4 the damage. Necrozma is bulky as heck, so he's gonna Mega, and I don't think he has anything to hit me with. He's gonna spin. Okay, he's gonna get rid of the rocks. At the same time, we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. He goes into Weavile. This is what we want, actually. So hopefully he hits us with a super effective move. We're gonna go for the Flash Cannon here. Knockoff, perfect. So we get our weakness policy going off, and hopefully we can get a clean sweep here. This is going better. It's kind of hard to play around. Like, it actually takes a little bit of work. I don't see any reason not to Psychic here. Oh, maybe he'll go back into Weavile. I'll Flash Cannon here. Maybe he wants a free swap into this. I'm just gonna Psychic. I don't see any reason not to. 56 beats the defense boost. EQ does just barely, doesn't do quite enough. This is setting up perfect. Now I believe Weavile has a priority move. Yeah, and that should knock us out, but at the same time, we could swap out here, predicting the Ice Shard, and keep this as a switch in for later, or he's definitely going to have it on his set. So let's go out into Azu here, predicting Ice Shard. There we go. Ice Shard comes out. That's totally fine. We're going to Aqua Jet here, and that gets rid of the Weavile. Pretty good matchup, our team versus their team. He goes into fuck Sweep here, so I'm guessing this is a sweep and swap. And we're gonna go into Necrozma to get a free switch. Volt switch. Okay, so we're gonna go into Salamence here. We have no reason at all not to go for a EQ. And then Volcarona's gonna come in and take a buttload of damage. 46%. I believe this is a speed tie, so we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for the Z-Fly. Maybe he's not fully invested in speed, but that ends his Volcarona. We get the Moxie boost, not that it matters at this point. I think we just plain win. He takes out our Salamence. That's completely fine. We can just go into Raikou and Shadow Ball here. No, we can't Shadow Ball here. I take that back. I messed. I might have misplayed this. If we lose because of this, I'm gonna be very upset. So we can just whittle him down and then eventually get him with a what is it called, a Aqua Jet. Yeah, now we just come in an Aqua Jet here with Azu, and that finishes off my Dry Skin. I did not know about that. Oh, man, if we lose because that just is horrible. I think we just lost this game because of that. Now what do we want to do? I think we're just gonna Air Slash here. And we just, oh man. That is just horrible. Ooh. Well, we learn from our mistakes. He only has 4 Pokemon. Okay. So this must be some crazy set. We're gonna lead Necrozma. I'm gonna assume he's gonna lead Ambipom. So hopefully we can get a weakness policy off. So he does lead Ambipom here. We're gonna autonomize. He's probably gonna fake out. Yeah, fake out. I don't think fake out pops the weakness policy because of the flinch. But we're gonna autonomize again. He'll probably go for fake out again, just to get the super effective hit off. He gets the knockoff, and that does trigger our weakness policy. Now we get our autonomize off, and it's going just how we wanted. And he just forfeits. So I'm going to expect my opponent to lead him out on here, get his stand up, start getting his team going. I've seen this team multiple times. I'm actually not sure what I want to lead in against that. I guess I can lead off Azu. And he leads Raikou expecting the Azu. That's unfortunate. We will go Salamence here. And he does a decent check with his Volt Switch. At this point, he's most likely going to swap into Aerodactyl. He will definitely outspeed us when he's Mega, and that would kill us. But at that point, yeah, Aerodactyl, and he's going to Mega Evolve here. We'll go into... What will we go into? We will go into Fortress as a response because we can... oh, he's going to pursue us. That's interesting. Maybe we should have stayed and done something else, but at this point we'll Gyro Ball here. And we'll get that off on the Tentacool. He may, he's going to set up his Toxic Spikes, so we can just go into Necrozma. Hopefully he has something super effective against us. Maybe he's carrying Dark Pulse, something crazy, but that's always the goal, to get the super effective hit off on Necrozma, and then get the weakness policy up, and then get a clean sweep. So my opponent gets his Toxic Spikes up. At this point, we're just going to Psychic. We could autonomize, but I'm just going to go for the damage. He goes out to Aerodactyl. This is perfect. Okay, now we can autonomize. And he's going to Pursuit, expecting the switch. This couldn't be any perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. Unfortunately, he does go for the Stone Edge, not for the Pursuit. And now we're going to go for the second Psychic. He switches out to a Paddon, gets a Sandstream up. Not a bad choice against us. Unfortunately for my opponent, he does get the Special Defense drop. And I'm actually not sure if Psychic or EQ would be better, but we're going to Psychic out here. And he's going to Whirlwind me to my Salamence. We can use his chance to Supersonic Strike and just finish off his Paddon. The Paddon does go down and we get the Moxie boost, but it does not matter because Salamence dies to Sand. Looking at his team, he could go out to Aerodactyl, he could go out to Keldeo, we're going to go out to Necrozma, and he goes out to Raikou. So we do get Poison, which is not too great. He most likely will go for the Shadow Ball. We're going to autonomize here. He has Signal Beam. That's just as good. We should live the Poison. I'm not sure if we're going to live the Poison and the Sand. And we do. Okay, at this point, we're just going to Earthquake and get rid of his Raikou. Necrozma put in work. Hopefully in the next game we can get in a situation where we can do more. I just like going to the Fortress here. Steal into the Poison. Keldeo's going to probably go for a Hydro Pump. Let's get our Stealth Rocks up. And he misses the Hydro Pump. That's the unfortunate thing when it comes to Expert Belt Keldeo. And we're also going to spin. Yeah, 50%. It's worth it to get our rocks up and get the spin, and we can get one more layer of spikes up. This is actually perfect. But he does get the Hydro Pump, and he gets a max roll, and we do die to that. We'll go out to our Raikou. He doesn't really have a switch in for this. He could go out to Porygon Z, but we're just going to Volt Switch here. Hopefully get a good chunk of damage off on anything he decides to switch into. So he stays in, which is an interesting play on my opponent. We're going to go out to Azu. Resist anything he throws at us. He hits his Hydro, it lands. That's a decent 30%. Now he for sure is faster than us. I'm going to rely on Aqua Jet to kill. He goes out to Tentacool. And that is a decent chunk. It was a crit, unfortunately, For my opponent, at this point, we can just go into Raikou for probably Toxic or Toxic Spikes. He's going to throw off the Sludge Bomb. That would have done way too much to my Azu, so I'm actually going to T-Bolt here instead of going for the Volt Switch. So we get a crit. Crit's all day, man. That's all we need. He goes up to Porygon Z. I don't have a question in mind that he's going to convert. But the real question is, what are we going to do? He's definitely going to be electric. We can go into Tornadus or Azu. T-Bolt is going to do nothing at that point. But we're definitely faster. We get the T-Bolt off. That was actually probably our best play. So convert. Maybe he'll be Ghost. Nope, he's electric. So at this point, we can T-Bolt again, get more damage off. I believe we're still faster. Yeah, 541 speed with the Scarf. It is really, really powerful. And he stays in, takes the T-Bolt, recovers. He's probably going to go for damage this time around. I don't see him going for a T-Bolt on mine, and he recovers again. We can either hope to flinch him to death. There's no point in knocking off, so I think our way to win is just to Air Slash to death. Unfortunately, our opponent T-Bolts knocks out our... he is faster than. That's something to learn and to know. Our only play here would be to Aqua Jet. Maybe we can get a crit, get a serious amount of damage off, but at this point, I think we just lose this game. Our opponent takes that pretty well. We just lose this game. We're just going to quit out. So my opponent has a very interesting team. He's most definitely going to lead Fortress, so we are going to want to lead our Tornadus and get off the Heat Wave. He leads Guzzlord, so that's not a problem for us at all. We can U-turn out, get the damage, and swap into Numon. He takes 34, big chunk. We're going to get that Regenerator as we come back out, and we can go into Fortress no problem. He drops a Draco on us. Does not do enough for my opponent, and he gets a special attack drop. He most likely will stand and need a Fire Blast or Flamethrower, but it will not do enough to take us out. So we get out our rocks. He switches out to Slowbro. This is not a good matchup for us at all. So we're going to want to either go out to our Azu and knock off, or Raikou and get that T-Bolt off. He's probably going to Mega and maybe Calm Mind, so I believe Raikou might be the best option here. He just goes straight for the Scald. This might not even be a Mega Set. We're going to Volt Switch out into our Azu if he gives us a chance. So he goes back out to our Guzzlord. His Guzzlord. We get more damage. And like we were saying, we go right out to our Azu. He can't touch us. And then I believe we get a free knockoff on anything we want, because it would be just idiotic to stay in. So our opponent comes out to the Fortress. We get the knockoff. Get the lefties off. At this point, we can go into our Tornadus, Heat Wave that thing, and he's going to spin to get off our rocks. Not too much of a threat, it's fine. He'll probably swap out to Slowbro, protecting the Heat Wave. Even if he does, that's some good damage. Even 10%, I would take that a little bit at a time. Hopefully he isn't able to slack off later. We can U-turn out if he does go into that Slowbro. So he actually goes out to Sylveon. We get the burn. We can just U-turn right out. This is going pretty well for us. And what we want to take a Fairy move would most likely be our Fortress, and then we can Gyro Ball, or we can set up our rocks. Heal Bell. Okay. Not a bad play by my opponent. Now he's going to switch out without a doubt, but Gyro Ball would just wreck this Sylveon. So we got to take the chance, stay in, kill it. He does switch out. We get the Gyro Ball off. At this point, he's most likely going to go for a Fire move, so we can go back out to Azu. Or we can drop a Draco. Being an idiot. He does go for his Fire Blast. We do not get burned. And once again, we can either get a free knockoff. I'm going to go for the Play Rough, as he does go out to Slowbro. That knockoff would have been nice, but we can... if it wasn't for his lefties, we get 2 KO. And we crit him. That is what we needed to win this game, without a doubt. We might actually 6-0 our opponent. As our opponent goes into Fortress, it would be in our best interest to either go out to Tornadus or our own Fortress to spin off whatever he's got and maybe stall him out. I believe we are higher HP, so that would be an option, but we are going to go out to our Tornadus, and he's going to Volt Switch. Good play by my opponent. He does go out to a Sylveon. I'm just going to stand and knock off the lefties. I don't know if he's going to expect that. He might expect the switch. And he gets his Wish off, which is unfortunate. Hopefully we can Air Slash him to flinch to death. And that Hyper Voice does a decent chunk. We're going to stay in again. Air Slash. Hopefully we can get the flinch. Hopefully it doesn't continue this Heal Bell Wish nonsense. He gets his Wish off. And we can go back out to Fortress. He's going to swap into a new Mon. Whether he stays in or not, I'm going to go for the Gyro Ball. He does go back out to Guzzlord, and Guzzlord's going to get that full HP. Not even full, 83%, which is just too much for us. He may expect the switch. I'm going to go to Necrozma. This is kind of what I like. He eats a Sludge Bomb off. I don't think he can Oko us with his, with any Dark type move he has if he's packing it. Hopefully he is, and we can get our weakness policy off. Dark Pulse, that's what we like to see. So now we're +2 speed, attack, special attack, and we can just Flash Cannon here, get the super effective off on the Dragon. We get our Flash Cannon off, only 29%, that did so little. I have to make note of that because Lord may have very high special defense. We can go out to either our Salamence or our Azu. We're going to go out to Azu here. Get off the play rough. Actually, no, he sacked his Slowbro, we are going to get off the play rough. He might stay in because he got the special attack boost. We will see. He does go into Fortress and he resists that, only gets 22% off, but at the same time we can easily either go into our Salamence, our Raikou. Let's go into Salamence. We can EQ off. He gets his rocks. I really truly don't care about that. We don't really. The Z-Move Fly would be nice for one of the other mons later. Let's EQ here. He goes into Sylveon. Now he thinks that's going to scare us out, but we know that we are faster and we're going to get that Supersonic Strike off. And that is going to easily kill the Sylveon. That would have been nice for the Guzzlord, but if we don't get it, we don't get it. So he goes out to the Fortress. I'm just going to fly here. He's going to Gyro Ball and miss me, so we're going to hit the fly again. We do kill him with the fly, luckily, and we get the Moxie boost again. Maybe this could be our sweeper instead of the Necrozma. It's nice to have both as an option. Now we can choose to either fly or outrage here. I'm going to start off by, well, if I outrage, that's fairy type, we're screwed, but we might as well just get that. That's actually not, that's the, it's a pre-evolution, that's the normal type move. So I believe we have 2 more outrages. We should be able to kill both. We can outrage again. Without a doubt, we're faster. And he takes it like a beast. The return doesn't do too much. So we will get confused by the time we get into the Conkeldurr. But at the same time, we have plenty of other options to take that out. And we get the 3rd Moxie boost. So of course we'll fly here. We'll have to get both. He misses with the knockoff because of our fly, and hopefully we can break out for a second time here. We do, and that's a easy game. GG. So I don't want to. I was planning on having this be the last game, but just Z convert Porygon Z is not exactly a great game to play against. I think our obvious answer would be just to go to Necrozma. He'll most likely convert right off the bat, so we could either autonomize, or I'm just going to go for the Psychic right off. So he does Z convert, and he does become an electric type. So we get that 37% off, and now we'll EQ. T-Bolt does not kill, and our EQ does a decent chunk. We'll just sack off the Necrozma here, and Go out to an Azu, and actually we'll go out to Raikou first. I don't believe he can Oko or Raikou. And then we will Shadow Ball, and that'll be enough to kill. So that was a funny game. We'll have one more. So good team by my opponent. I don't know if you guys knew or not, but Metagross got brought down to EU. I think it's gonna be the same old thing. Rock Explode. We can go into Azu and knock off. So easy, just knock off here. He's gonna get his rocks. Hopefully the knockoff will kill. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I guess it doesn't knock off the Sash. He will explode here. We'll swap into a Fortress to take that explosion. And he's actually not going to explode. He's going to Psychic here, which is completely fine for me. I can spin off the rocks. He gets his Magic Coat off, which doesn't do anything to us because we don't actually put out the rocks. Chandelure here. It will Oko us for sure, but I don't really have another switch in, so we'll just try to set up our rocks. Now we can either go into Necrozma or Azu, depending on the choice. I'm going to go to Azu and just try to knock off. Even if he switches out, if he stays in, he can get a decent chunk of damage off. If he doesn't, then we can get a knock off on any mon we want. He goes up to the Electros. I believe that's going to be Expert Assault Vest. It's a little bit different. We are faster, so we just killed that Electros. I don't know what he's going to want to bring into this knockoff, but Metagross, this is going to do a huge chunk to Metagross, dude, and he carries Thunder Punch. Interesting, I guess there's a lot of water types in this tier. Hopefully he's carrying something that'll be super effective against Necrozma, so if we can do that, that would just be amazing. So we're going to autonomize here. No matter what, I don't believe he can Oko us if he has something super effective against us. Meteor Mash is not, but we still get the autonomize up. Now we can EQ. And it does not kill, that did not play out how we expected. But now we can get the second EQ off and we can kill the Metagross. But unfortunately our opponent does carry Bullet Punch, in which case we will have to go out to Salamence, or we can, let's just go out to Raikou and Shadow Ball. I don't think anybody really wants to take a Shadow Ball here. When we do get off the Shadow Ball, we do kill the Metagross. Let's see what he swaps into next. Most likely the Araquanid, no, the Conqueror, so I guess he does not know that we're Scarfed. At the same time, I see him going for a ground type move. We'll go out to Mance. So obviously you can't knock off a Z move, a Z Crystal, so we're in a Supersonic Strike here. Nothing will want to take this either. We're playing this pretty well. And that is the Conqueror down. And we get the Moxie boost, which will help us towards our next two mons that we will face. He goes up to Chandelure. Chandelure does not carry Levitate, so we will EQ here. Shadow Ball will do a decent chunk, but it will not do enough. The Chandelure will go down. Probably didn't need that crit, but we did crit our opponent. +2 against the Araquanid. Same old deal, will fly up. Liquidation does not hit, he doesn't fly. Hit him with the fly. And that is an easy game. So I want to say thank you for listening in here, guys. I appreciate whoever watches every single time. It's really, really fun just to play Pokemon Showdown. It's something I love, and I enjoy the process of making new videos. It's a learning experience, and I hope that you guys can tune in again sometime soon.